भैया Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So once again, I would like to thank each and everybody who's assembled over here on a Saturday afternoon. We could have done so many other things. People have taken extra long weekend and gone away, but we have chosen to come over here. So my heartfelt thank you to all of you for your time, your association, and your eagerness to understand the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. As I keep saying, Bhagavad Gita is just not a religious book. It is a book of lifestyle. Bhagavad Gita is just not a set of commandments. It is a companion for life. So thank you for choosing a wonderful companion like Bhagavad Gita and to establish in our life so that we can learn something out of it. Thank you so much. As usual, I'll offer a small prayer and then we'll do a recap. So we'll do a quick recap from 4:45 to 5 o'clock, but before that, I'll offer a small prayer and we'll begin. Om Adhyana Trivandasya Jnana Jalashalakaya Chashkur Ulimantena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamaya Dadamti Swapadamtikam Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Vidanamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharani Nirveshesha Shunyavadi Pashtata Veshatarani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Louder please. Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare.
With your hearts.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Why do we raise our hands when we are calling out? Why do we raise our hands? Anybody else? Yes.
Raise your hands because the Lord is in the sky, so you raise your hands because you're facing it upwards, I think.
Okay. So we raise our hands because Lord is up in the sky. Okay. I'll tell you this. You know the trick. Why do we raise our hands? We have been raising hands for the last 5 weeks. Yes, Mother. To express openness and willingness to surrender. Okay, that's a very good answer. Yes. What else? Why do we raise our hands? भगवान के सामने जाके हाथ खड़े क्यों करते हैं? There's no wrong answer. Yes, Mother. And you can come ahead. There's a lot of places over here.
To me, I understand that we are zero, you accept us, we are coming through. Please accept us. You give your hand to us.
So we are zero and you are hero. Right?
Please accept.
me. Okay, nice. Thank you. That's a good answer. Okay. What else? Why do we raise our hands? Let's think about it. This is a practice we have been doing since childhood. हम भगवान के सामने जाकर हम हाथ खड़े करते हैं. Why? What else? Yes, okay.
It's to surrender to God.
It is to surrender to God. Perfect. As Mata said, it is to be open and to surrender to God. So when we go in front of God, we want to surrender to Him. And surrender is a very, very important and very heavy sign because people don't like to surrender. People usually don't like to surrender. They want to have their own way, but they don't like to surrender. So when we raise our hands, we see this in Bollywood movies when the cop is chasing, right, and finally the victim has been caught and says, "Hands up," and then he says, "Hands up." Yes, that's the way. It's a sign of surrender. And surrender or openness, as you mentioned. What is your name, Mataji? Apurva Mataji mentioned openness to learn anything. It is a foundation to understand something higher. That can be in school, that can be in college, in any aspect of life. Openness and willingness to understand something is very, very important. Typically, people's minds are like cement. People's minds are like cement, as hard as it can be. And you heard cement doesn't shake, right? Once you put some water into the cement, cement is like hard rock. So many times people's heart and people's mind are like cement. They don't like to change. But when we raise our hands, when we come in the mood of surrender, then our heart and our mind definitely transforms. Do we all agree with this? Yes? Do we all agree? So this is the first step for openness. So today we are going to discuss week 6 of the 8 weeks courses of Bhagavad Gita. So after this we have 2 more weeks. So let's do a very, very quick recap of what we discussed in the last 5 sessions. So we completed 5 sessions. We'll do a very rapid fire recap. So I would prefer everybody, if possible, to do 1 point. 1 point from the last 5 sessions. Who would like to go first? The brave person. Yes, Rajeshwar. Thank you. 1 point.
Last time you spoke about time.
Time.
And explained how we have been here forever in the cycle of the most painful cycle, as Krishna says, of life, birth, death, and go on like that. So in order to get out of this cycle and get the mukti,
Yes.
you have to surrender to the God so that you won't get this painful experience.
Thank you, Rajeshwar. So we spoke about Krishna is talking about the 4 problems of life: Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. That is called birth, old age, death, and disease. These are the 4 common problems which everybody has, and Krishna is giving us a pathway to come back to Him at the end of this life, this life. Thank you. Yes, Ludwig, right? I'm trying to remember the names as we go.
We also learned about the 5 elements of Bhagavad Gita: Jiva, Prakriti, Karma, Ishvara, and Kala.
Please give a round of applause. Yeah. So we are speaking about 5 subject matter of Bhagavad Gita, and out of 5 subject matter, we have completed talking about 4 subject matters, and today we are going to speak about the 5th subject matter, which is the Prakriti. So we spoke about Jiva, that we are Atma, we are not this body. We spoke about Ishvara, that Krishna is God, and then everybody, all the Devis and Devtas, they serve the Lord, right? Then we spoke about Kala, which is time, as Rajesh mentioned, of chapter 11, that Krishna says, time, I am the destroyer of everything, right? And then we spoke about karma. We spoke about good karma, we spoke about bad karma, and we spoke about akarma. So when you do good karma, you get implicated in good karmas. When you do bad karmas, you have to go through the result of bad karmas. But if you want to stop the cycle of Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, which is birth, death, old age, and disease, we have to stop performing good karma and we have to stop performing bad karma. And that can only happen when we perform the practice of bhakti. No other process will stop good karma and bad karma except for bhakti. So, thank you. We'll let everybody else go. And if they can't talk or exhaust, then we'll come back to you. Yes, Chetan, 1 point.
Hare Krishna. We discussed about how to talk to deities.
Yes, we spoke last week. Thank you. Very good point. We spoke about God has a form and God doesn't have a form. God is Niraka He has akar simultaneously. So when we understand that God can be realized in three forms, Paramatmeti, Brahmeti, and Bhagwan eti Shabdate. What that means, God can be realized as Paramatma, as a super soul in our heart. That is one form. Second is Brahman, that we accept God is everywhere. God is everywhere. God is in every atom and between two atoms. So God is in every atom and between two atoms. And the third, we accept that God is in the personal form. Right? So we were discussing that when we go to the temple and when we stand in front of the deities, when we stand in front of the Murti, Archa Vigraha, Krishna, the deities will reciprocate if we spend time with them. Very deep point, Chaitanya Prabhu. Thank you, very happy. Yes, anybody else? Yes, Prabhuji. This way. Thank you. Yes. Prabhu, I forgot your name. Chaitanya. Oh, we all worship Chaitanya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, yes.
Then we also learned that Krishna is the supreme God, and whatever we think that we are getting it all belongs to Him.
Thank you. So Chaitanya Prabhu mentioned that Krishna is the supreme God. Krishna tu Bhagavan Swayam. So Krishna is the supreme God, and whatever we have that belongs to Krishna, we are just caretaker. We are just caretaker. Nothing belongs to us. We come empty-handed, we go empty-handed. So we are just a caretaker. Thank you. Anybody else? Yes, Madhuri, in the back.
We go to temple. When we should go to temple, we should go with hospital mentality.
Okay. So we spoke about temple is not a police station. Temple is a hospital for the soul. Yesterday night I was giving a class somewhere else, and while doing a recap, one of the Matajis told me, Prabhu, can I share a realization? I said, yes, Mataji. She said, I have been attending these classes for only 4 or 5 weeks, but when I speak to my friends, she said, they are telling me that I glow. I glow. And I said, that is right. Because ISKCON is a beauty parlor. Temple is a beauty parlor for the soul. Temple is a beauty parlor for the soul. Temple is just not a police station where you come and complain and whinge. Temple is a hospital for the soul, where the soul gets treated, not just the body. Thank you. Very deep point. Yes. Next to Sharad. Yes. No, you're doing well.
So Bill Gates has lots of money, you said, but he can't use any of that money to buy 1 more minute of his life.
Please give a round of applause to Pete. Very good. All the health, all the wealth, all the name, all the fame, all the beauty will be taken away at the time of death. All the wealth which we accumulate will not be. With all the wealth, we can't buy 1 minute, 1 second of our life. Right? So kids like this are saying this so deep point. Thank you. Yes, Ritvik, second chance.
We also talked about everything is Krishna's mercy. And yeah.
Okay, so we spoke about 2 things. Everything what we have is Krishna's mercy. And anything what we don't have, that's Krishna's desire. Whatever we have, it is the Lord's kripa, Lord's mercy. And whatever we don't have, that is Krishna's desire. When we have this understanding, then we will never be in a lamentation mode. This is making sense? So whatever we have, it is Hari Kripa. Whatever we don't have, Hari Ichcha. Right? So anything which happens in our life, if we start saying these two things, Hari Kripa and Hari Ichcha, then we will not go deep into lamentation mode. Do you agree, bro? Yeah? Alright. One last point from Sharad Prabhu, then we can start today's discussion.
Yeah, we talked about when issue comes, what action path you should take, which is challenge, consult, connect, and then be courageous to act.
So we spoke about how Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita is approaching Krishna. Arjuna was challenging Krishna in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. In the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, second verse, 7th verse, 2.7, Arjuna is accepting Krishna as his guru and he becomes his disciple. So from now, he's consulting Krishna. So challenge Krishna, consult Krishna, then third, he's connecting to the Krishna's instruction. And after connecting to Krishna's instruction, he becomes courageous. So we spoke about 4 C's: challenge, connect, consult, and courageous. So in our life, whenever we have a situation where we don't know what to do, if we can just follow the footsteps of Arjuna, we cannot go wrong. Yes, Puja Mataji.
So in the previous set lessons, one thing we learned was any person who indulges a lot any person who does not sacrifice in his life is living a life of vain. And sacrifice, I don't know what the English word, but yeah, living a life of sacrifice is a way to connect to the God.
So we spoke that, thank you, Puja Mataji. I'll just paraphrase what you're trying to say. So the human life is meant for tapasya. Human life is meant for tapasya. Tapasya means austerities. In all the previous lives, in all the previous yonis, we couldn't do any tapasya because we didn't have any intelligence. But in human form of life, if we don't do tapasya, and that tapasya should lead us to love of Krishna, then it is Shrama Evahi Kevalam. That means simple waste of time. Thank you. Alright. Anything else from anybody before we begin? Oh, not third chance. Let's give everybody a chance. And then we have time from 6:10 to 6:30. Right? Then you can have. Anybody else would like to add anything from last Saturday's discussion or until now? Okay, we'll get Ritvik to go last and then we'll start today's discussion. Ritvik, one more, third time. Very enthusiastic voice.
We also, I can't really remember, but we also talked about, I don't know if it was last class, but you said if we can't hear Krishna's anklet bells, then there's no point in living. If you can't hear Krishna's flute, then
phone a friend. Phone a friend, yes.
If you can hear,
That's you did very well. Okay, you want to complete? Okay, what does it complete?
So if we can't hear Krishna's flute, then there's no point of hearing, and if you can't hear his ankles, wait.
Okay, I'll complete it. So the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is a book over here, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, in his book says, if you cannot hear the ankle bells of Krishna, your ears are useless. If you cannot hear the flute of Krishna, your ears are useless. If you cannot hear the voice of Krishna, no point in existing. Your ears, your life is useless. But he says, if you cannot hear the message of Krishna, if you cannot hear the message of Krishna, your life is useless. So we cannot hear the ankle bells of Krishna right now. We may not be able to hear the flute of Krishna right now. We may not be able to hear the voice of Krishna right now. But if we cannot hear the message of Krishna, we cannot hear the message of God, then Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami saying your life is useless. And we get messages from the Lord in many different ways. We get messages in many ways. One direct way is from Shastras. So we have 4 points: Shastras, Vastra, Astra, and Shastra. We will go into detail later, but these are the 4 ways we can understand the message of the God. Shastras, books; Astra, Vastra, and Mantra. Right? So we can have many ways of understanding the message of the Lord. Alright, we'll stop over here and start today's discussion. So thank you for the recap. So today is 27th April, and today we're going to cover 3 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Chapter 14, chapter 15, and chapter 16. These are the 3 chapters which we will quickly overview today and understand the key messages of this chapter. And then next week is the last week to understand Bhagavad Gita, because next week is chapter 17 and 18. And the week thereafter, we will see how we can practically apply Bhagavad Gita into our day-to-day life. Is that okay? Do you all agree? Yes? Thank you. Get a thumbs up. Thank you. Alright, kids. What is the name of the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita? Yes, Ritvik. Do you want to read? Yeah. The 3 modes of material nature. So far, we covered Kala, we covered Jiva, we covered Ishvara, and we covered Karma. Today, we are going to talk about Prakriti. Prakriti means the 3 modes of material nature. The 3 modes of material nature, and Krishna explains this in 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Where's the son? Okay. He's sitting over there. Okay. You should be over here. You could have read the Sanskrit version. That's okay. That's okay. Alright. I'll request someone to read just the translation. Who would like to read? You would like to read? Okay. Just the translation, loud and clear.
It should be understood that all species of life, all son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am their seed-giving father.
So what is Krishna saying? Aham bija pratapita. So Krishna is saying, I am the seed-giving father of every living entity. What does this mean? I'll throw it open for the forum. What does it mean when Krishna is saying this? Yes, Anjali.
He's in all the species.
He is in all the species, okay? That is one way, but what else? Let the adults talk. The kids are dominating, come on. Adults should wake up. Yes, what does it mean when Krishna is saying, I am the seed-giving father? Uska kya matlab hota hai? Yes, Pooja Madhari.
Does it mean that the concept of Hari Ichha, Hari Kripa? So no.
He's saying, I am the seed-giving father. Okay, yes, Apurva Madhari.
So it's trying to say that
Krishna is trying to say that I am the origin of everything.
Perfect. Thank you. Krishna is saying, I am the origin of every living entity. So we have two types of father. One is a biological father, and then one we have an eternal father. We have been changing biological father from one life to another life. From another life to another life. Every life we have changed biological fathers. Yes or no?
Yes.
Loudly, yes or no?
Yes.
So every life we have changed a biological father. Where is our father from previous life? The biological father. Where is a biological mother? Where is my wife? Where are my kids? Where are my in-laws from that previous life? Every life we have changed them, isn't it? But Krishna is saying that I am the seed-giving father of every living entity. What is he saying? Sarvayoni kaunteya mrityu sambhavati yaha tasmat brahma mahadyonir aham bija pratapita. He's calling out very clearly that I am the seed-giving father of every living entity. So when we understand that Krishna is my eternal father, Krishna is my eternal mother, Krishna is my supreme friend, my supreme well-wisher, first thing what we will have towards him. If someone comes to know, Hindi picture mein hota hai na, after first half, the hero believes that he is my father, and the second half he comes to know that he is my father. What happens after the second half of the movie? Yeah, huh? Love and faith increases towards the father. Similarly, in our life, the first half, wherever we are, we know who our biological father is. But now when we understand, we have a spiritual father. He's saying this, and we should also accept it, because he's proving it, and we can also prove it, that from time and again we have been changing lives, but he has never left us. He has never left us. We may have different opinions, but his opinion is the supreme opinion. Is it making sense?
Yeah.
Let's do a very quick exercise. Are you all ready for an exercise? I'll request everybody to close your eyes and raise your hands up in the air, pointing towards north. So you have to close your eyes, raise your hands, and your finger should point towards the north. I'll tell you to open the eyes, and your hand should be on the top. Is that ready? Is that okay? Someone back? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Close your eyes and hands up in the air and point towards the north. Okay. Now, okay. Keep your hands as it is and open your eyes. And check, everybody's hand is different. My father is showing his finger to me. Prabhu is showing the finger in the back. Everybody's hand is different. Am I right? Sabka haath dekho. Can you look? Everybody's hands and fingers are showing a different north. Yes or no? So Nitin Prabhu's hand is back. My father was showing towards me. That Mataji was showing towards this. How many north do we have? There's one north. And if you want to find that one north, we have to accept the direction from the compass, correct? You open your compass and see where the north is. Do we all agree with this? Similarly, if we don't even know where the north direction is, imagine how far are we from the reality of life. I asked a question many weeks ago. I was giving a class, many months ago, I was giving a class in the temple. And I asked people to close their eyes and answer me one thing. When you breathe in and And when you breathe out, your stomach goes in or out. And believe me or not, people give me different answers. When you breathe out, your stomach goes in or out.
In.
See, we have a different opinion. We have a different opinion. सांस लेने के टाइम हम पेट बाहर जाना है या अंदर जाना है, उसमें different opinions हैं. Fundamental of life. When we breathe in and breathe out, we have a different opinion. Right? So how far are we from the reality? How far are we from the truth of the life? And Krishna is saying, I am the seed-giving Father of every living entity. We accept it or we don't accept it. That is our prerogative. That is nothing is going to change in that way. Next. So now, in these two verses, we are going to talk about the three modes of material nature. I request someone to read from the back. Okay, the kids can read. What does you can read?
Material nature consists of three modes: God, goodness, passion, and ignorance. When the eternal living entity comes in contact with nature, Almighty Arjuna, he becomes conditioned by these modes.
Continue reading. Next one.
Arjuna inquired, O my dear Lord, by which symptoms is one known who is transcendental to these three modes? What is his behavior and how does he transcend the modes of nature?
Right. So what's going on over here? Who wants to summarize? Or who wants to share the understanding? Kids are fired up. Jeeva jago, Lord Chandra Bole. Adults, the kids are challenging all of you. What is Krishna saying in the first verse? Let adults give a chance. And if they can't, then yes, share a problem.
Saying that this actually everybody comes in contact with nature. There are three things that happen or arise within humans: goodness, passion, and ignorance. And he becomes conditioned by the mood, as in his acts maybe or his thinking may be conditioned by those three modes.
Thank you.
And symptom is, and then Arjuna is of course asking, how can you transcend these three modes? How does that behavior look like as well?
Perfect. Thank you. So Arjun, before asking a question, Krishna is saying there are three types of modes of material nature: Sattva-gun, Rajo-gun, and Tamo-gun. Mode in the goodness, passion, and ignorance. So these are the three modes of material nature. And depending upon our modes of material nature, how we interact with them, they reciprocate back to us. And then immediately Arjuna is asking, how does the people behave in these three modes of material nature? Right? So these are the three binding modes. In the modes of goodness, how does people behave? In Sattva-gun, people have a lot of knowledge, gyan, and they engage in philanthropic work because they are in the mode of goodness. Mode of passion, Rajogun. How does people behave? They have unlimited desires. Do you have unlimited desires, Ritvik? Or do you have limited desires? You don't even know. How many desires do we have? Does anybody know? There are unlimited desires. And what do we think? Once I fulfill the next desire, I will be happy. And by the time you fulfill the next desire, there are a series of desires awaiting to be fulfilled. So people in the mode of Rajogun, they are busy satisfying their desires. People in the mode of goodness, they think knowledge is everything. And the mode of ignorance, Tamagun, they indulge in madness, indulge in anything and everything which we should not be doing. So let's understand, because this is what Arjuna is asking, what are the symptoms and how do they behave? What is the behavior? What is the behavior of people who are in the mode of goodness? What is the behavior in the mode of passion? And what is the behavior of a person who is in the mode of ignorance? Are we all ready to look at this?
Yes.
Don't put yourself, be aloof from this, then you can understand it better, or else you may get offended. Warning. Alright? First, in the mode of goodness, how does people behave? Preferred time of the day. In the morning, what do? They pray. Because morning is a time of goodness. First thing in the morning, they pray. What type of food do people in the mode of goodness eat? Do you want to read? Yes, Rutvik. You can just, okay, Rutvik can read goodness. What is your name? Aryan. Adhyat can read passion and then you can read ignorance. Okay. Slowly, very slowly. Okay.
Food, sweet, juicy, fattening, palatable, milk, fruits, vegetables.
Okay, so the people in the mode of goodness, what type of food they eat? They eat fruits, vegetables, and healthy food. Right? Next.
Music,
Bhajans
and kirtans, spiritual music.
Okay, what type of music do people in the mode of goodness, जो सत्व गुण में होते हैं, वो क्या सुनना पसंद करते हैं? भगवान के भजन, कीर्तन, so they listen to spiritual music. So this is the category or the behavior of people in the mode of goodness. Thank you. Next.
Worship. Devi and Devatas, Indra, Varuna, Ganesh, Allah, Christ.
So people in the mode of goodness, they worship deities and devatas, higher personalities. Thank you.
Austerity, for pleasure of worshipping deity, ex Shravan Mass.
Okay, so people in the mode of goodness, what do they do? And to perform austerities, I mean Navratri chalrega, right? A couple of weeks ago. So a lot of people did Navratris, right? Because they believe in something they do. So this is austerity. And as we said, human life is meant for tapasya. So this is what the people in the mode of goodness do. Alright, next. What do people in the mode of passion do?
Preferred time of day, daytime unto sunset, work hard.
So they don't pray. First thing, understand the difference between mode of goodness and passion. People in the mode of passion, they don't pray, they just get up and they work hard. They work very, very hard. Next. What type of food do they eat?
They eat too salty, pungent, hot, red pepper.
Okay, the people in the mode of passion, they eat very spicy food. जब तक आँख में से पानी नहीं आता, मजा नहीं आता. Chili, little bit more chili, little bit more spicy they need.
Why do they eat spicy food?
Why do they eat spicy food? You ask people in the mode of passion.
Who is in the mode of passion here?
Ask, stand up and ask. Alright. Next.
Music agitating the mind, shattering windows.
Have you seen someone like this driving a car past by you with loud music?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
So these are people in the mode of passion. घर पे भी बड़ा loud music, car में भी loud music, and they have a different sense of understanding of how to live a life. Next.
Worship powerful and influential men and demons.
So people in the mode of passion, they worship anybody and everybody. They have no idea who to worship and who not to worship. So we have temples of Chiranjeevi, and we have temples of Rajnikant and temple of Amitabh Bachchan. So people worship these sort of people. Right? Next.
austerity for respect, honor, and reverence.
Yes. So people do austerity so that if I do austerity, I will get respect. I am fasting for the last 5 days. I get respect. I get honor. So they do things so that they are in the center. The Lord is not in the center. When people in the mode of passion perform activities, they want to get something out of it. They don't want to give. So I ask people, are you a giver or are you a taker? We are taking oxygen every minute. We are taking air every minute. We are taking sunlight every minute. Every second we are taking and taking and taking. Are we a taker or are we a giver? We are takers. Thank you for being honest. Kids are honest. We are thinking. Adults are thinking. Am I takers or givers? Kids are immediately said, we are takers. We are greedy. We just want to keep taking and taking and taking and taking.
Because we only care about ourselves and what we need to survive.
See? Who's your dad or who's your parents? Where are your parents today? Oh, yes. You're blessed. As your name is blessed, your son is blessed. Right? We went to a farm on Thursday. Thursday was an answer holiday. So our devotees have a farm called Mother Cow Dairy. And when we went to the farm, there were so many cows, and it was more of cow protection. And the owner of the business told us that the cows and the trees, they believe in giving, they don't take. The cows are giving milk, giving everything, they keep giving. The trees are giving. Only human beings are taking and taking and taking and taking. So the mode of people in the mode of ignorance, what do? They just want, passion. They just want to take and take and take. Next, what is in the mode of ignorance? You can wait. I was missing you. Okay.
The third time of day, night birds make merry.
Okay. So people in the mode of ignorance, what are they? What time do they sleep? Then night birds. They sleep late in the night. 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, Netflix and Prime and Instagram. Netflix, in 1 second you flick. Netflix. Prime, your prime time of your life, you sit like this and waste time. That is prime. Instagram, instantly we are going to convert into grams, right? Instagram. 400 grams of ashes anyways, isn't it? That is Instagram. All this is a message of Krishna we were talking about, right? Hear the message of Krishna. Netflix, 1 second में 1 योनि से दूसरी योनि में. Prime, wasting time in front of an idiot box, they say. I can say this. Television का मतलब क्या है? Tell a lie vision. What is television? Tell a lie vision. So people sit in front of a box, and now we have small TVs in everybody's hands, so can't say much about big TVs. Right? Television. So these are night birds. They don't have a time to sleep and they don't have time to get up. Next.
Food, stale, bad, odor, meat, liquor.
So people in the mode of good ignorance, they have stale food, they have meat, and they have liquor. We were speaking about it last week also, a couple of weeks before, that this human body is a temple. Body is a temple. That is the reason we put tilak on the body. We put kanthi mala. Why? Because this body is a temple. This is not a kabristan. This is not a crematorium where you put dead meat in your body. So that is the reason we don't eat meat. We should not be eating meat. Right? If you cannot create someone, don't destroy someone. Simple. Right? Eating meat is very sinful, very, very sinful act. Right? Imagine if someone is killing your mother and father and kids and husband and wife and killing and chopping and eating it, how would you feel? This is exactly what people do. But let's not go into that in detail now. But absolutely meat eating and liquor and any types of intoxication is prohibited, and that is in the mode of ignorance. Next.
Music. Introducing sleep or painfully not interested.
Okay, next. Worshipping.
Worship. Ghosts and spirits. Austerity. Torture self and others.
So what does people in the mode of ignorance do as part of austerity? They torture themselves and they torture others. We have seen that people whipping themselves in India. आपने देखा है? अपने आप को हंड्रेड से मारते हैं. That is all in the mode of ignorance. That is not shastrically written and scripted that you have to do this. So people in the mode of goodness and transcendental goodness are far beyond this. So Krishna is explaining the three modes of material nature, the prakriti, how people in the mode of goodness, passion and ignorance behave, what are the symptoms, and this is what the 14th chapter explains what are the symptoms of people in the mode of goodness, people in the mode of passion and ignorance. Very, very important points. Very, very important points. And as I said before, the disclaimer, don't put yourself into this, but understand where you need to be. We may be in ignorance, we may be in passion, we may be in goodness, but we need to come above all the three modes of material nature. Krishna further explains, it is not good to be in the mode of goodness also, and we will discuss this further in 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Alright, so we just completed the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and with this we completed the 5 subject matter of Bhagavad Gita. We completed the 5 subject matter of Bhagavad Gita. And today we completed the 3 modes of material nature which Krishna explains in 1 chapter. Very, very important to understand in which mode we are in and which mode we need to be in. Alright, now we will discuss the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And I request Aviraj to read the name of the chapter and the acronym.
15, chapter 15, the yoga of the Supreme Person.
This is acronym.
Home. H. Home or hotel. O. On and over and over again. And maintainer of body, mind, soul. E. Essence in 3 verses.
Jai. Obviously, we don't have time to go to every verse of Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter. But in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, in 4 verses, Krishna summarizes the whole Bhagavad Gita. In 10th chapter, that is called Chatur Shloki Bhagavad Gita. After 10th chapter, again in 15th chapter, Krishna explains the essence of Bhagavad Gita in 3 verses. See how merciful is Krishna? From time and again, he is giving us an opportunity to take the essence. If you can't read the 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, तो 4 shloka पढ़ लो. 4 shlokas, 10th chapter में. If you can't read the 4 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, let's understand the essence of Bhagavad Gita in 3 shlokas. Anybody who understands these 3 shlokas have understood the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. In the 15th chapter, again 18th chapter Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains in 1 verse the summary of Bhagavad Gita, which we will discuss next Saturday. Alright, 1 verse each. The kids are very enthusiastic. Alright, give the mic. Okay, you read 1 verse, then Advait, and then Advait.
There are 2 classes of beings, the fallible and the infallible. Fallible and infallible. In the material world, every living entity is fallible. And in the spiritual world, every living entity is infallible.
Jai. Okay, let's stop over here. So Krishna is dividing the whole population into 2 types of people. What is he saying? There are 2 categories of people. I'll let you talk when I'm ready. Is that okay? Yeah? I'll let you know. So Krishna is saying there are two classes of being. One is fallible and second is infallible. Fallible means people who are separated from the Lord, whose mentality is separate from the Lord. And infallible means they are in unity with the Lord. They follow the instruction of the Lord. In Melbourne, so we have 5 million people. Majority of the people in Melbourne are infallible, and minority of the people are fallible. The fallible people are in a jail, and the infallible people are outside the jail. Majority of the people, they try to follow the rules and regulations of the government, right? And in a 40 zone, we will drive in 40 speed. In 60 zone, we will drive at the speed of 60. 100 zone, we will drive at the speed of 100. Why? Because these are the rules and regulations given by the Victorian authority, and we follow it. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Do we all agree?
Yes.
Why? Why do we follow? Let others give a chance. If we don't follow, there will be fine, there will be penalties, there will be ticket. So we understand the consequence of not following the rules and regulations, and that is the reason we follow. But there will be certainly some people who ignore the rules and regulations. In 40 speed, they drive at 60 to 80, whatever, and they end up getting tickets. Similarly, Krishna is saying there are 2 categories of people. One is fallible and second is infallible. Fallible people don't follow the rules and regulations of the Lord. They do things which they believe is right. My way or highway. They call it corporate life. My way or highway. I don't believe that Bhagwan जैसी कोई चीज है. No. So that is fallible people. And there are infallible people where they want to be in unity with the teachings of higher authority. That can be Bible, that can be Quran, that can be Gita. That is a subject matter of discussion. But they accept someone higher. So this is the first understanding. We should have faith. We should have faith in the instructions. If someone says, I don't believe in the laws of Victorian rules, and if I drive in my own speed, we will certainly get a ticket, correct? Yes? Similarly, if you are suffering in life, or if you have ever suffered in life, that is a ticket which we have gotten. Is this making sense? Because for every action, there is equal and opposite reaction. Who said this? Newton. Where did Newton say this from? Bhagavad Gita. Where did Newton say this from? Bhagavad Gita. Because Bhagavad Gita teaches us the laws of karma. Newton was just yesterday. Bhagavad Gita was 5,000 years ago. Right? So if you are not following the rules and regulations, then we are fallible. And people who follow the rules and regulations are infallible. And Krishna is saying very, very clearly, fallible people will always suffer. They will always suffer. And infallible people, they want to work in unity, in conjunction, with integration with the nature's laws, and hence they will be infallible. But for us to understand, we should have faith. We should have faith in the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, or any, for that matter, any scriptures. But most of the time, we see people have not read one scripture in their life. Not one scripture people can say, put their hand on the heart and say, I've read Bible into it, or Quran into it, or Vishnu Shasana, or Shiv Puran, or Padma Puran, or Bhagavad Gita. Most of the time we find people have not read one Shastra. But when the time comes to speak about it, everybody wants to give input of their own version of Quran, their own version of Bible, their own version of Bhagavad Gita. Do we all agree with this? To be honest, I never read Bhagavad Gita until I came to ISKCON. I never read it. The only understanding of Bhagavad Gita for me was from Bollywood movies. Gita ke pe haath rake kasam khata hai. Right? That was my understanding of Bhagavad Gita. That the Bhagavad Gita is to be used as a promise machine. Right? But when you put hand inside Gita, your life changes. But most of us have never done it. So my request to all of you, right, after 11th of May, so we have 2 more sessions. After 11th of May, every Friday night and every Saturday night, we will continue having these discussions at devotees' house. So we have Naam Sankirtan Prabhu over here and Nitin Prabhu over here. So Naam Sankirtan Prabhu will be hosting Bhagavad Gita discussions every Friday in Point Cook, and Nitin Prabhu will be hosting a program at his house every Saturday. So whatever day suits you, my humble request is please take some time out and attend these classes. That will benefit. That will benefit us. You don't want to be on your deathbed and then realize 5 breaths before you leave, Kash would have had studied Bhagavad Gita. Would have had studied, spent time in understanding the philosophy, the value of life. It is too late. So my humble request to all of you, next week, or between this week and next week, we will create a WhatsApp group, and then you can join a Friday class or a Saturday class. We only have 8 to 10 families per group available because it's in people's houses. So we don't want to have too many people also. So please join one group, not 2 groups. Saturday or Friday. Okay? Yes, Ritwik.
Will you also be there?
No. Will I be there? No. Someone better than me will be there. So better than me is Naam Sankirtan Prabhu and Nitin Prabhu. Please give a round of applause to these 2 devotees. They're very, very good. Right? Yes. Questions? Yeah. Okay. Tell me.
So, if everyone wants people to read the Bhagavad Gita, why do they sell it for money?
If everybody wants to read Bhagavad Gita, why do they sell for money? Right? They don't sell Bhagavad Gita first. When Narendra Modi, Indian Prime Minister, when he went to Japan for the first time, you know what did he give to the Japan Prime Minister? He gave Bhagavad Gita. Narendra Modi gave Bhagavad Gita to Japanese Prime Minister, and he said, I've got nothing more to be given. So anybody who takes Bhagavad Gita, there's nothing more to be taken. So nobody can buy Bhagavad Gita. The reason we ask for a donation to cover the cost of printing, and second, we ask for a donation so that they value. Because anything which is free, people don't value. Yes or no?
Yes.
Anything free, people don't value. Do you value oxygen at the moment? No. During COVID, did you value oxygen? During COVID, did you value oxygen? Yes. So we don't sell Bhagavad Gita and nobody can buy Bhagavad Gita. First thing, Bhagavad Gita is not to be sold and purchased. It is beyond buying and selling. We request people to make a small donation so that they value what they have got. Okay? Alright, let's continue reading. Do you want to read the next one? Yes.
I have a similar thought to the 15.6.
Okay, but can you read 17 in the interest of time? We have. Oh, you want to read? Okay, after this, you can read the next one. Okay. I'm under pressure from the kids. Right, I'm under pressure.
Besides these 2, there is the greatest living personality, the Supreme Soul, the imperishable Lord Himself, who has entered the 3 worlds and is being alien.
Do you understand the gravity of what Krishna has just said? Besides these 2 people, fallible and infallible, what is it saying? There's the greatest living personality, the supreme soul, Paramatma. Krishna is saying, Paramatma is above the fallible and infallible soul, and who is maintaining everything? The Paramatma. Krishna is saying, the super soul is the maintainer of everything. Right? We can't even maintain one family properly. Very difficult. We can't even maintain, I'll come back to it. Right? We can't even maintain one family properly. Krishna is saying the super soul is maintaining everything. So whatever we see and whatever we can't see, who's maintaining it? Krishna. Now this is not a self-praising book that Krishna is calling out and saying, Dekho, main kaun hu. No. Krishna is calling out and telling us so that we understand who we are and who He is, and to establish a relationship between us and Krishna. Right? This is called the SAP philosophy. Yes, welcome back. This is called the SAP. Anybody working in SAP? Yes. 3 people, your SAP consultant. But the Bhagavad Gita SAP is different from the IT SAP, because I work in IT as well. The SAP, what we follow, is Sambandha Gyan. S stands for Sambandha Gyan. That means, who am I and who are you? Hum aapke hai kaun? Huh? Sarvan. Jeevara Swarupa Roy Krishna Nitya Das. We are eternal servant of Krishna. Sap, Sambandha Gyan. Second is Abhidhaya. And P is Prayojana. How do we go and establish the relationship with Krishna? So Sambandha Gyan, Abhidhaya means process, and Prayojana means to go back to where we eternally belong to. We won't go in detail. But Krishna, in this one verse, because this is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. This is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. And Krishna is calling out very, very clearly that He is the maintainer, He is the proprietor, He is the annihilator, and He is the enjoyer of everything. He's the enjoyer. Okay, next verse. Who wants to read? Okay, yes, you can read.
Before I have something to say, in 15:17, Krishna said that He is imperishable.
Yes.
But I thought only the 7 Chiranjeevis were imperishable.
You thought what?
The 7 Chiranjeevis.
No. Okay. So when Krishna says He is imperishable, means He doesn't take a birth and He doesn't die like us. We take a birth and we die, right? But Krishna doesn't take a birth and He doesn't die. 4th chapter, 9th verse Bhagavad Gita, He says, Janma karma chave divyam evam yogam tattva tavyakta deham punar janma naiti mam iti so arjuna. What is the translation? Janma karma chave divyam. That means the birth and the death or disappearance of Krishna is transcendental. Right? Krishna was not born like us, where he had biological mother. Krishna was born with jewelries. Anybody born with jewelries over here? Anybody? We were born with blood. We were born with dirt. And we were born crying. But Krishna was not born crying. He was not born with blood and pus and dirt around him. He was born as a celestial being, and He was born with 4 hands. Right? So you should read Krishna book. Do you have a Krishna book? Chaitanya Prabhu, can you buy a Krishna book for him? You have, yes. So Krishna's birth and Krishna's appearance and disappearance are not like us. He doesn't take birth because of karma, and He doesn't disappear because of His karma. We were born in a certain family because of our karma. It is said even the color of your hair is based on the karma of your previous life. Of course, we go and change it now. We color the hair. But even the color of your eyelid and the color of your hairs is because of your karma. Very profound. Right? So Krishna is imperishable. He doesn't take birth and he doesn't disappear. He comes when he wants and he goes when he wants. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavita bharata abhyutanam adharmasya shujam bhav. Where did we hear this? Mahabharata. Yada hi dharmasya. The Doordarshan comes down. Are you feeling a bit nostalgic now? Right? So Krishna's appearance and disappearance is not like your appearance and my appearance. Is that? Okay, next, continue reading. No, here, sorry. Next, 1580.
Because I am transcendental, beyond both the fallible and the infallible, and because I am the greatest, I am celebrated in both the world and in the Vedas as that supreme person.
Jai. So this is the summary of essence and the summary of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna, what is he saying? I am transcendental. Transcendental means above the three modes of material nature. So Krishna is not in ignorance. Krishna is not in passion. And Krishna is beyond goodness. He is transcendental. That means above the three modes of material nature, above Sattva-gun, Raja-gun and Tamo-gun, Krishna is far beyond this. That is the first thing. And he said he is the greatest. Krishna is saying he is the greatest. Now again, please don't take it as in a very derogative way that he is trying to be show off. हम लोग show off करते हैं ना? When we buy something, we go and put things in Facebook and Instagram and everywhere we put to show off what I have. They say they say smiling faces, crying hearts. What do they say? Smiling faces, crying hearts. This is what Facebook and social media are about. They put things which they want the world to see, but the heart is hankering for more and more and more. The smiling faces, crying hearts. They say people are not just hungry for food. You give a food to someone for 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 10, 20, 40 hours, people can survive without food. Do we all agree with this? So people are just not hungry for food, but people are constantly hungry for possessions. People are hungry for power. People are hungry for popularity. People are hungry for prestige. And people are hungry for position. 5 P's. What was the first P? Power. We are constantly hungry for power. Second P. Position. Third P. Prestige. Fourth P. Possession. And fifth P. Prestige. So possession, power, popularity. My God, popularity. How many likes do you have, Mataji? Oh, is that all? I have so many likes. How many comments did you get? I have only so many comments. So our life has become like this. So people are just not hungry for food anymore. People are hungry for the 5 P's constantly. Can anybody say that this is wrong? Thank you for being honest. थोड़ा खाना खाते हैं तो पेट भर जाता है. But the mind is constantly hankering for power and prestige and popularity and possession and position. And with this attitude, we can never be happy in our life. So we can't be greater than Krishna. And if we accept that who we are and serve the Lord with faith and with love, we will be blissful. And faith is very important in any relationship. Faith is very important in any relationship. I'll tell you a story. And this story, I'm sure some of you may have heard this. Once in an international flight, there were more than 350 passengers flying very smoothly. And suddenly, midway, there was a turbulence in the plane. Have you felt turbulence in the plane sometimes? Yes. But this turbulence was so bad that it lasted for 8 to 10 minutes. And everybody started panicking. And the pilot finally announced, "Start praying." What did the pilot say? Start praying. And amongst all the passengers who were panicking, almost 350 members, including the crew members, there were 2 passengers. One was a devotee and one was a small girl. The moment the devotee came to know that things are not good, the devotee started chanting, "Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare." So devotee started chanting because devotee knows Ante Narayan Smriti. We have to remember the Lord at the time of death. So devotee started chanting. Everybody were panicking. But the girl, the 7-year-old girl, she had headphones on, she had a little doll with her, and she was reading the book while everybody were panicking. Surprisingly, after 7 to 10 minutes, the turbulence got under control, everything got settled, and people started coming back to the normal levels. This devotee asked the girl, "I saw that everybody were panicking, were disturbed. I didn't see you disturbed." And this girl gave a very beautiful and a very profound answer. She said that I have got complete faith in my Father. And before the plane took off, my father, who is the pilot of the plane, he said, "Don't worry, I am there and I will look after you." So the pilot of the plane was
Krishna.
her father. And she said, "My father is flying the plane, why do I have to worry? My father is flying the plane, why do I have to worry?" She had complete faith because she knew that her father had promised. Our Father was Krishna, the Supreme Father. Most of the time we don't even acknowledge our Father. We don't even know who our Father is. Not the biological Father, the spiritual Father. We don't acknowledge Him. We don't accept Him. And that is the reason we are always in fear. I live in Albert Park. And every day, most of the days in the morning at 7 o'clock, I go to the temple. So between my house and the temple, there's a nature strip. And Albert Park is known for the dogs. Every second or third house has a dog. The people are very retired, I saw one thing which opened my eyes. Every day when I go, there's one person who comes with his dog every day. And he throws the ball to the dog. And the dog runs, gets the ball, and comes back to the master. Have you seen? When you throw the ball, the dog runs, puts the ball in his mouth, and comes and goes down to the master, and then he looks up again. Have you seen this gesture of the dog? And when I saw this, I thought, the dog is better than me. The dog at least knows who his master is. Kutte ko pata hai, the dog knows who his master is. And whatever he gets, he comes and gives it back to the master. And then he's waiting for the next instruction. And I don't even know who my master is. Do we all agree with this? Can you resonate with this? Can you just be honest? We don't even know who our master is. We think I am the master, I am the proprietor, I am the controller, and I am the enjoyer. and white clearly. Bhokta Ram Yagna Tapasyam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. Krishna saying everything belongs to me, and we are fighting with him. He said, something belongs to me. Can you win? No. From time immemorial, we are losing. Every life we have lost. Every life we have lost. All the health, all the wealth, all the name, all the fame, all the beauty, all the wealth which we try to accumulate. We have been losing time and again. This life, one life, give it to Krishna. We have given n number of lives to Maya, and every life we have defeated. N number of lives we have been hearing our mind, and mind has been cheating us. This one life. Try to understand Bhagavad Gita and live for 6 months. You live life like Bhagavad Gita for 6 months. If you don't enjoy, money back guarantee. But the problem is we have never opened Bhagavad Gita, we have never read it, we have been speculating it. Huh?
I have read it.
You have read it, that's the reason you're here.
Only 2 pages though.
See, 2 pages of Bhagavad Gita, so much of enthusiasm. Please give a round of applause for this. 2 pages. So we have a proposal for you. We keep saying, we have a proposal for you. Page a day will make you a sage before you age to escape the cage. Right? So page a day. Read little Bhagavad Gita. Page a day will make you a sage. What are the qualities of sage? Let's see in the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So we now understand the qualities of sage. Are you a sage? Yes. Yes, go.
About similar to 15.16.
Yes.
देहा प्रत्येकलत्राजीव आत्मसयनेषु स्वस्वपि तेषां प्रमत्तो निधनं पश्यन्नपि न
Pashti. Yeah, thank you. Okay, next. This chapter talks about us, the divine and demoniac nature. This chapter is all about us, our nature, the divine and demoniac. Now, what is it? It stands for reading or question?
Read.
Reading? Okay, Ojas can go next. Can you just read? The acronym can go next. We have words for you to read.
Dog, the divine or demonic, options and outlook of
Opinions.
opinions and outlooks of demons, gates to hell.
Gates to hell. Okay. So we'll read 3 verses and then we'll stop here. Oh, okay. So these are the qualities of a divine person. Many times people ask, who can be a divine person? Who is a guru? What are the qualities of a guru? Right? Let's understand from Bhagavad Gita what Krishna says. Okay, let's give him a chance. He has read it before.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, fearlessness, purification of one's existence, cultivation of spiritual knowledge, charity, self-control, performance of sacrifice, study of the Vedas, austerity, simplicity, non-violence, truthfulness, freedom from anger, renunciation, tranquility, aversion to fault-finding, compassion for all living entities, freedom from covetousness, gentleness, modesty, steady determination, vigor, forgiveness, fortitude, cleanliness, and freedom from envy, from the passion for honor. These transcendental qualities, O son of Bharat, belong to godly men endowed with divine nature.
Joy. So Krishna has mentioned 26 qualities of transcendental people. Krishna is talking about in a person who is perfect. We have some qualities, but not all. And even the qualities which we may have, it may not be complete. So unless we don't get attached to someone who has these qualities, we will not imbibe these qualities. And unless we don't have these qualities, we will be hankering for the 5 P's. Who remembers the 5 P's? Position, power, prestige, and popularity. Our heart is hankering for something or another, constantly. And as long as we keep hankering, our desires needs to be met, and when we meet the desire, I'll be more happy. I said, what? Do you think, have you ever met one desire and then you become desireless? Anybody? No. So if we think that my desires are going to make me happy, that is the biggest illusion which we are living in. If we think by fulfilling my desires I'll be happy one day, that is never going to happen. They say, how many desires do you have? Unlimited desires. They say the number of waves in the ocean you can count. You can count the number of waves in the ocean, but you cannot count the desires which we have in our heart. Gross and subtle. And then we have people who are above this. These are called gurus. They come from transcendental world. They come from a different world to pick us up. And these people have these 26 qualities. It is said that God reaches down to the soul, and the soul reaches up to the God, and where they meet, that person is called Guru. I repeat, God reaches down to the soul, and the soul reaches upwards, and where they meet Guru. So Guru is a person who guides us. Who tells Guru is a person who teaches us 2 things. Who you are, first thing. Who you are. This is the first thing which Arjun asked and Krishna told, that you are not this body, you are a spirit soul. And the second thing which Guru teaches is love God. What does Guru teaches you? Love God. Because typically people go to God because of fear. We spoke about it last time. Who remembers last time we spoke? Why do people go? Yes, Anjali Matali. Why do people go to temples? Four things. Yes. Okay, good.
I can't remember all 4, but out of fear.
You have 4 friends. Alright. So people go to temple out of fear. And the first quality is fearlessness. A guru doesn't have any fear. He's completely surrendered. Second, why do people go to temple?
Out of duty.
Duty, kartavya. If I don't go to temple, Krishna ko bura lag jayega. I have to go at least once a year. Anniversary to anniversary. It's my son's birthday. Let me take him to the temple. That at least they know what the qualities of a good family is. Once a year, go to temple. Thank you. What is the third thing? What is the last one?
Out of love.
Love, praying. People go to temple because of love. What is the third one?
For material desire?
No. What is hope? Asha. People go to temple because of asha, then kartavya, then praying and bhai. This is the reason people go to temple. But we should go to temple because of love. I come to the temple because I love Krishna. That is the ultimate way to understand how to reciprocate with the God. And a guru teaches one, who you are and how to love God. Everything between these two is just mechanics and dynamics. Everything between these two phases, point A to point B. Who you are, you're not this body, you're a spirit soul, and your duty is to love God. Everything between this It's just fine details. And Krishna over here is saying very clearly. So we should have the 3A formula. Awareness, Guru gives you awareness who you are. Once you are aware who you are, then Guru gives you an acceptance of something higher. At the moment, what is our acceptance? We keep on changing. Sunday to Monday, it keeps changing. Monday to Friday, the acceptance is changing. Sometimes we have this acceptance, sometimes we believe in that, sometimes we believe in that. So Guru gives you an awareness, Guru gives you an acceptance, and Guru gives you an aspiration. Guru gives you an aspiration for something higher. Because as I keep saying many times, our life is bogged down in www. Every phase of our life is called www. In childhood, www. What is it? Write, and write. Exams to exams. Have you written exams? All of us? Whole our childhood has gone in preparing and writing for exams. Write. Then we come into youth. Work, and work. मेहनत करो, पैसा बनाओ, दुनिया को दिखाओ कि मैं कौन हूँ. Show and tell. Work, and work. And when you work, what happens? The next www is wealth, and wealth. Paisa banao. Earn money, wealth. Right? And when you have too much of wealth, then what happens? Worry, and worry. Huh? People you break into your home. That is worry. Too much money, too much problems. No money, too much problem. So worry. And there is no worry which a wine cannot handle. Right? So people then drink wine, woman, and wine. When you have too much money, too much wealth, people, what do? Wine, woman, and wine. And then, what happens? The last phase, at the time of death, it is weep, and eat. Rote, sab chhod ke jana hai. Yes or no? So these are the phases of life. So what do we need in our life? Krishna is saying, first accept someone higher and surrender to him. Without Guru, we are like kangaroo, jumping here and there. Have you seen kangaroo? Keep jumping. The mind is already jumping to so many places. So if we don't have a Guru, Krishna is saying very clearly, and we cannot be happy in that life. So these are the 26 qualities of a divine person. Let's understand the next. Who wants to read next? Okay, you can read.
Pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belong to those of demonic nature, O son of Buddha.
You can read the last one. These are very powerful words, devotees. Please pay careful attention. These are talking about the qualities of divine and demoniac people. Last.
Bhagavad Gita 16.21. There are 3 gates leading to this hell: lust, anger, and greed. Every sane man should give these up, for they lead to degradation of the soul.
So these are the qualities. The first 26 qualities are of divine people. Then for demoniac, what is Krishna saying? Pride, ahankar. People are after car, right? This is ahankar. Then arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belong to people in the mode of ignorance, a demonic nature. And then Krishna is explaining the royal road to hell. What is the royal road to hell? Lust, anger, and greed. Lag, L-A-G. Lag. Greed. Mahatma Gandhi said, "This is enough for everybody's need, but not enough for one person's greed." And we, somehow or another, we are trapped into this notion. How much can you eat? How much can you enjoy? Simple living, high thinking is what Vedic culture offers. Simple living and high thinking. Nowadays, complicated living and no thinking. This is the current motto. Complicated living. People are working one job, two jobs, three jobs. Monday to Friday one job and Saturday and Sunday other job. Wife is working full time, husband is working full time, boyfriend is working two jobs. Just chaotic. So lack, lust, you want to enjoy. Anger and greed, Krishna is calling out very, very simple. So a life of someone who understands Bhagavad Gita, they want to implement Krishna in their life. Many times people ask, how do I implement Krishna consciousness process in my life? I'll give you a 6-level process and then we'll stop there for the day. Are you all ready for the 6 steps? If you want to understand simple living, high thinking, the first thing, level 1, give the first day of your week to Krishna. Give your first day of the week to Krishna. What does it mean? Every Sunday, come to temple. Once a week, come to temple. You get sadhu sangha, you get association of devotees. Have Krishna Prasad. Have lunch or dinner at the temple. Take the darshan of the deities. Attend kirtan and aarti. This is offering the first day of your week to Krishna. Luckily, in our temple, breakfast, lunch and dinner is free 365 days a day, 365 days a year for more than 40 years. So if Mataji, whenever you don't feel to cook, you know where to bring your husband. Right? Come to the temple once a week. See how your life changes. This is level 1. This is the level 1. Level 2. Give the first hour of the day to Krishna. Give your first hour, 1 ghanta of your day to Krishna. When you get up in the morning, chant the holy name, pray to Krishna, serve the Lord. That is the difference between animals and human beings. Animals can't pray. They just, when they get up, Prabhupada used to say, what does a crow do? Cow, 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 khana kahan pe, paisa kahan pe, khana kahan pe, cow, cow, cow. The crow does that. Even if we get up out of the bed, lunch mein kya hai, breakfast mein kya hai, where do I have to go to work to get money? If this is the mentality we have, dharko hi hai na, pashu hi saman. We are living a life of an animalistic life. So what is level 1? Give first day to Krishna. Good. What is level 2? The first hour to Krishna. Level 3. Give your first plate to Krishna. Whatever you cook at home, of course vegetarian, Krishna is vegetarian. Offer it to the Lord. Offer bhoga to Him. He accepts. Patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam, yome. Krishna says, I accept. You offer it. This is the level 3. Whatever you cook at home, offer it to Him. You see fruits available in the photographs, He accepts it. Level 4. Now it becomes heavier. Are you ready for level 4?
Yes. Yeah.
Offer some portion, the first portion of your wage to Krishna. Some donation. He's giving us so much. Every breath He's giving us. Give your income, some income of yours to Him. He doesn't need your income. He doesn't need your income. This is for our purification. He doesn't need us. He's giving everything to us. When my kids were small, when they had Father's Day, Mother's Day, my son used to go to my wife and ask, can I have $10? And they'll go and bring something. From my money, they will go and get something to me. Have you seen this happening in your family? Yes? अपने ही पैसे से बच्चे अपने लिए देते हैं. Are we after the gift? because of love. So Krishna is not after your puri and paneer ki sabji. He's not after your $2 or $20 donation. He wants to see how serious you are to come to him. So offer your first portion of the wage to Krishna. Level 5. First place in our decision making should be, is Krishna happy with my decision? Whatever decision I'm taking, the first place should be, is Krishna happy? Will Krishna be happy with my decision? That is level 5. If I take a job over here, or if I change my job, will I be able to focus in my Krishna consciousness? If I buy a big house or a small house, will Krishna be happy? If I borrow more money, take more mortgage, more stress, will Krishna be happy? Or he wants to live simple living, high thinking? This is level 5. And level 6. First place in your heart, have it for Krishna. Have some place in your heart for Krishna. These are the 6 levels, and in this way, we can connect to Krishna, and all these impurities, all the qualities which Krishna is talking about, lust, anger, greed, pride, harshness, conceit, all this will slowly go away. With this, we will stop over here. So we completed the 3 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Any questions, any comments, any corrections, we'll go from the back. Yes, Chaitanya. Abhiraj, can you take the mic and give it to Chaitanya?
Bhagavad Gita verse 15.17, we talk about that Krishna is present in the 3 words. So what are those 3 words? What are those 3 modes?
3 modes, not the 3 words.
3 words. But what I'm asking is whether those are,
Which one? 3 worlds.
Yes.
So, Swargaloka, Nataloka, and Mrityuloka, earthly planets. It's present everywhere.
I was confused with the 3 modes.
No, 3 modes. Thank you. Sharad Prabhu?
My question was, I think you've answered it like around when we were talking about, I think there's 15th chapter where Prakriti, modes of Prakriti, and how do you transcend them. So, by following the last, what kind of person you become by following those 26 qualities is that you transcend is that correct?
Correct. So 3 P's. Remember the 3 P's. You follow the process. The process will take you to progress, and progress will take you to perfection. You follow a process. There's a process given in Bhagavad Gita, what to do, what not to do. By following that process, you will progress. If you go to gym for 2 weeks, and your instructor says, Sharad Prabhu, don't have sugar. Come to gym, 2 hours workout. Will you see a progress in 2 weeks? Yes or no? Everybody?
Yeah.
By following a process which a gym instructor is giving you, after 2 weeks, you will immediately see a progress. And if you follow the process or the path, you will be perfect in your body. Similarly, you follow a process given to you. The process will take you to progress, and progress will take you to perfection of life. Thank you. Any other questions? Is there a question? No. Questions? Comment later. Okay. Any questions from the back or from this? Okay. Then we can go. Okay. What is the comment, Anuraj?
You were talking about desires. Even Krishna has desires.
Yes.
So from Satyayuga he had 1 desire, I can't remember them. So
1 became 2, 2 became 4, 4 became, yes, okay?
That's what I was going to tell you.
Yes, so Krishna has desires. Yeah, we are part and parcel of Krishna. So we cannot be desireless. A soul cannot be desireless. So we will have desires, but our desire should be in such a way that it is pleasing Krishna. At work, when you work 9 to 5, what is your desire? Be honest with yourself. to please your manager, right? At school, what is the desire? To behave like a good student, right? To get good marks. So you cannot be desireless because the nature of the soul is Sat, Chit, Ananda. This Ananda feature of the soul always wants us to be happy. Sat means eternal, Chit means full of knowledge. So the nature of the soul cannot be desireless. So Krishna has desire. We have to dovetail our desires to serve Krishna. Okay. Anybody else has any questions, comments, corrections? If not, we can. Yes, probably. Bravo, yes.
I don't have any question. I just have a comment.
Yes, please.
Comment in a way that's what I feel that when I started with sessions, I had a lot of clutter in the head, right?
A lot of clutter in the head.
In a way that unanswered questions and things. Okay. And slowly now I see that many of those are clearing out. So which is a good thing for me. Maybe others might have experienced the same thing, but that's what I have experienced now. It gives the clarity in Bhagavad Gita about, because you are always in a material practical world, right?
Yes.
And the explanation and answers, and the answers to the questions, the way they are explained, I think that makes things clear. So that's just my comment and experience, that I've gotten less questions now when I'm ending the session. So that's good for me.
Thank you. So Prabhupada ji used to say, starve your doubts to death. What does it mean? Starve your doubts to death. Our whole Shastras, if you look at Bhagavad Gita, is FAQs, frequently asked questions. Our Shastras are not monologues, it is dialogue. So Arjuna is asking, Krishna is answering. Arjuna is asking, Krishna is answering. Because of question and answer, Arjuna got convinced. So from challenge, he came to courageous. So similarly, in our life, if we are not asking the questions, then we are not getting the right answers. And if we don't ask the right question, we think whatever I am doing is right. So the job description of a sadhu is to create faith and create doubts. What is the job description of a sadhu? To create faith and create doubts. Because if you don't do anything, you think whatever you know is right. By attending these sessions, what happens? We'll have our mind will start working, and it will have either faith or it will have doubts, and both are good. In Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is asking 17 questions. How many questions? Arjuna is asking 17 questions. He's asking a question over here. What is the behavior of a person? He's asking a question. So if we don't ask questions, our mind will go dead. You see kids, small kids, they always ask questions. Why Papa? Why Mommy? How Papa? How Mommy? Yes or no? But after a while, they stop asking questions, and then they become like us. Okay? No. So we should always be inquisitive. Atharva Brahma Jigyasa. That is the first question. Who am I? Where am I coming from? Where am I going? What is the purpose of life? If the power of purpose is clear, then anything can happen. Most of the time, we don't have higher purpose. Our purpose is eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. Our purpose is ahara, nitra, bhaya, pucha. यही पर्पस है अपना. खाना कहाँ मिलेगा? पैसा कहाँ से कमाऊंगा? आहार, निद्रा, भय, fear and mating, sexual. That is all what we have in our mindset. So thank you for that. Thank you. Yes, Father, go on.
So we said when Gita was spoken, the three people heard it, Sanjay, Natasha, and Arjuna. So how come the teachings of Gita came into this world?
How come the teachings of Bhagavad Gita
came into this world?
Okay. The question is, when Bhagavad Gita was spoken, only three people heard Bhagavad Gita, right? Arjuna, Sanjay, and Dhritarashtra. After that, how at Bhagavad Gita? That's the question. Is it a fair question? So Krishna himself came as Vyasadeva, a literary incarnation of himself. And he dictated Bhagavad Gita, and Lord Ganesh wrote down Bhagavad Gita. So all the scriptures, the Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita, that has been written by Lord Ganesh. So if anybody is a follower or worshipper of Lord Ganesh, then you should pay obeisances to Lord Ganesh and read Bhagavad Gita, because Lord Ganesh is a writer. And Vyasadeva, who is Krishna himself, he has dictated Bhagavad Gita. Is that okay? Okay, in 6:30, if anybody wants to go out for dinner prashadam, the dinner prashadam is ready. So I'm happy for you to walk out and have dinner. We will see you next Saturday over here. Next Saturday, it is 17th and 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and Bhagavad Gita will finish. And week thereafter, we will how we can apply the teachings of Bhagavad Gita in a day-to-day life. We will discuss this. Okay? So if you have questions, you can stay back. If you don't have questions, I'm happy for you to have prashadam and stay back outside, and we can have one questions and answers. Any questions from anybody? Or will we go? Yes, Anu, Vishnu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So in everyday life, we know sort of what is right, what is wrong, and trying to improve what we have been learning. For example, we talk about the goodness, like giving 1 hour to God and doing that and that. We know that sort of, and I am aware of as well that what can be done. But if I look at myself, then I might not have put that effort there. I'm trying, I'm putting effort. But at the end of the day, I feel like there's not much improvement there. So how can I improve that in life? And it's good that you mentioned we want to learn it next week by day to day. But that's my question was day to day how I can. So I think take a slow step, which I'm taking by just coming here, understanding my angles or whatever it is, something that I want to improve anyway. But and then trying to keep myself motivated, be with Krishna, the God that I believe, my mom and dad, and even my wife is also supporting me where I can, which is good. So, but just I can see the improvement level. I want to stick to this so then I can understand anyway. But the key message if I can take away that would be great. How can I move forward with my improvement goal? Thank you.
Thank you, Vishnu. So the question is, we know what is right, we know what is wrong, but how do we continue walking on the righteous path? Is that right? That's a question. I'm paraphrasing the question. कि हमें पता है कि सही क्या है और गलत क्या है. So in spite of that, we many times we walk on the wrong path in spite of the right path. That is the reason we say, if you associate with the like-minded people, you will be where you want to be. That is the reason we have Nam Sankirtan Prabhu, Vipin Prabhu, who is starting Bhagavad Gita classes. What we spoke in 14th chapter, there are 50 verses or 40 verses. I just spoke about 3 verses or 2 verses. When these devotees start, they will talk about every verse and explain to us how we can apply this verse every week in our life. So just by going to gym twice or thrice, can anything happen to your body? You will feel good about going. But if you really want to tone down, you have to go to the gym 4 times a week, 5 times a week, 6 times a week. Similarly, if you really want to improve yourself, of course, coming over here once a week for 8 weeks is great. But if you really want to improve yourself, you have to go to a gym and attend the gym the way the gym instructor requests you to do it. So we have now some people who is a gym instructor, spiritual gym instructor. He will explain every week कि क्या करना चाहिए, क्या नहीं करना चाहिए. We need a guide in our life, bro. We need mentor in our life. If we don't have mentor in our life we become mental. Correct? So we need to have, someone needs to hold our hand and tell us, sahi kya hai, galat kya hai. That is humility. A person who is very pride, very egoistic, they will not offer their hand. Correct? But a person is humble. Okay, when I have lost my path, Prabhuji, mujhe rasta bataiye karo. Can left jao ya right jao. But people who are very arrogant, Krishna says, I must say, very pride. These are demoniac people. They know what is right, but they will not accept it. हमें सबको पता है कि जीवन में सही क्या है, गलत क्या पता है, लेकिन in spite of that, we don't do many things. Why? Because we have two dogs in our heart, the good dog and the bad dog. Everybody has two dogs, the good dog and the bad dog. When we feed the bad dog more, the bad dog will keep the good dog quiet. Pow, 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 बोलते चुपचाप good dog को सुला देगा. But when we feed the good dog more and more, the good dog will become stronger and it will keep the bad dog at peace. So when we attend satsang, and satsang is like a boxing match. Satsang is like a boxing match. Each time you get a punch on your heart and on your mind, you will improve. Right? So attending satsang, weekly satsang, are integral part of Vedic civilization. Olden days we used to have daily satsang. अभी भी कभी गांव में ज़्यादा लाइट नहीं होती है, लाइट होती है तो भी शाम में रामायण पढ़ते हैं. Every day. Why? Because these are the core values of human form of life. Talking good, reading good. This is very important. So coming back, we have what we want. Picture बाकी है मेरे दोस्त. So continue coming away for another 2 weeks, then continue. So we won't have a break most likely. After this, immediately we have classes for you. It's free. There will be kids classes, there will be adults classes, and prasadam will be catered, so you don't have to cook every Friday. So no cooking on Fridays. Come over here, enjoy the Emirates business class.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Ali Prabhu, boliye. Welcome back. We missed you last week. I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, doing better. So I just want to share my experience, like how this class is helping me out. So what happened, like 6 months back.
Can you give the mic? So that is good. Pass the mic.
Okay. So 6 months
Can
back.
you start from the start? How?
Sure.
Sharad Prabhu. You can come inside. Everybody can come and have prasadam over here. That's fine.
I'm just sharing my experience, like what happened. So, I mean, since I'm a very strong believer, so, and a lot of thoughts happen, and a lot of questions like doubt. So, and it's very hard to fill your mind like with correct knowledge. So, generally what happens, like, you're not very sure of what is working for you, what is not working for you. So, I'm just sharing what incident happened, like 6 months back, I was hiking in the jungle, in the forest, like a smart. So I just fall and broke my leg. So left leg was both the bones, fibula and tibia both were broken. And this place, like I didn't have any signal on the phone. So I was having 2 friends, and we were in a situation where we have to wait for ambulance. And here in Australia, when you call, you don't know when they're gonna come. You can just inform them and just wait for it. So we were there and like what to do, and I was in pain. So my friend who was supporting me, he was like fainting. He said like, I don't know what happened and how to handle this situation, how to take you out of the jungle. And that time I thought like how to change his mind so that he should not think. So I said like, let's do one thing, let's chant Hare Krishna. So I've been chanting for like 40 minutes, and this guy was like chanting with me. At that moment what happened, his brain could not think of any other thing. Only thing he can think of is chanting. So slowly he stopped, sweating. Slowly his focus diverted, and I was in pain. So when I was chanting, my focus was my chanting, not on my pain. So because of that, at least 45 to 1.5 hours, we were just sitting there, and the other friend who was having a conscience, he was trying to reach out to ambulance. These people came and picked me up. They called the helicopter and brought me to Mali. So sometime
even if you don't have a knowledge, but if you can shift your focus, and for that you need the right knowledge, because that moment when you are in danger, something that you know, something that is you believing in, right, that really helps. So like this chanting helped me out that particular night.
Thank you.
And as we said, like pain is mandatory, but suffering is not there.
Suffering is optional.
Optional, right? The suffering is optional. That means during the whole time in hospital, I have to struggle with my mind because I was active, and if you don't move, your brain can start giving you a lot of problems. So you chant, you read books, and those knowledge definitely help you. So it helped me a lot. This knowledge helped me a lot.
Thank you. And chanting the holy name is the sum and substance of all the knowledge. Nam Sankirtana Yasya Sarvo Papo Pranasana. This is the gist of all the knowledge. If you have all the knowledge, but if you're not chanting the holy name, then knowledge is Shama Eva Kevalam. But if you have no knowledge, and you're chanting the holy name, that is all the knowledge. So what you did in time of crisis, it was the mercy of Krishna, which Krishna came into your lips and is allowing you to chant the holy name. This is the sum of all the Shastras. Tu mere naam mein, tu main tere kaam mein. Tu mera naam ka nahi, tu main tere kaam ka nahi. Thank you, Prabhu.